December 21st, Saint Thomas, Apostle. Saint Thomas was born a Jew and was called to be one of the 12 apostles. He was a dedicated but impetuous follower of Christ. When Jesus said he was returning to Judea to visit his sick friend Lazarus, Thomas immediately exhorted the other apostles to accompany him on the trip, which involved certain danger and possible death because of the mounting hostility of the Jews. At the Last Supper, when Christ told his disciples that he was going to prepare a place for them to which they also might come because they knew both the place and the way, Thomas pleaded that they did not understand and received the beautiful assurance that Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. St. Thomas is best known for his role in verifying the resurrection of his Master. His unwillingness to believe that the other apostles had seen their risen Lord on the first Easter Sunday earned him the title Doubting Thomas. 8 days later, on Christ's second apparition, Thomas was gently rebuked for his skepticism and furnished with the evidence he had demanded. Seeing in Christ's hands the point of the nails, Thomas even put his fingers in the nail holes and his hand into Christ's side. After verifying the wounds were true, St. Thomas became convinced of the reality of the resurrection and exclaimed, "My Lord and my God," thus making a public profession of his faith in the divinity of Christ. Tradition says, at the dispersal of the apostles after Pentecost, this saint was sent to evangelize to the Parthians, Medes, and Persians. He was ultimately to reach India, carrying the faith to the Malabar coast, which still boasts a large native population calling themselves Christians of St. Thomas. In art, St. Thomas is commonly depicted as a young man holding a scroll or as a young adult touching the resurrected Christ's wounds. St. Thomas was mentioned in several texts, including one document called the Passing of Mary that claims that then the Apostle Thomas was the only one to witness the Assumption of Mary into heaven. While the other apostles were with Mary, Thomas was left in India until after her first burial. He was then transported to her tomb, and he saw her bodily assumption into heaven. In many versions of the story, the other apostles doubted Thomas's words until Mary's tomb was discovered to be empty, with the exception of her girdle. Thomas and the girdle were often depicted in medieval and early Renaissance art.